An agenda for change. Healthy?
What we have discovered is, in fact, an agenda of heterosexual thoughts and actions that we must somehow change.
Homosexuality is just as healthy and natural for some persons as heterosexuality is for others. We want straights to believe that it's a valid and healthy condition. Ping.sg.
Whole, healthy, and is accepted.
Homosexuality is just as healthy and natural as heterosexuality. Is this true? According to the Gay and Lesbian Medical Association, many men who have sex with men are at an increased risk of HIV. In Singapore, in 2020, sexual intercourse remains the main mode of HIV transmission. Homosexual and bisexual transmission accounted for 59%, while heterosexual transmission accounted for 37%. Homosexual and bisexual men are 30 to 50 times more likely than heterosexual men to have HIV. In Singapore, HIV infection rates remain high within our community, our gay community. Problems with body image are more common among gay men. Dear straight people, it's no secret that the gay community is rife with body image issues. Moving through this glossed world made me feel like I was worthless. Gay men use substances at a higher rate.
Many of you watching this are probably aware of the rampant use of ice in the gay community. Many retreat into the dark underground world of meth use and sex. This problem is fast turning into a crisis.
This episode shows one of our community's subculture where mixing drugs and sex together could have serious implications to your body. Sexually transmitted diseases at a high rate. Increased rates of anal cancers in gay men. In 2014, gay, bisexual and other men who have sex with men accounted for 83% of syphilis cases and are 17 times more likely to get anal cancer than heterosexual men. Public Health England in 2016.
2% of the male population are producing 86% of syphilis cases.
How about in Singapore? Hey Isaac, what's wrong? What do you want me to say? That it burns when I pee? That I have a sore where I shouldn't have one? And I'm probably riddled with the entire rainbow spectrum of STIs. We are increasingly seeing more and more older gay, bisexual, genderqueer men in our community being diagnosed with HIV and other STIs. Why would gay men have disproportionately higher rates of HIV and STIs than heterosexual men?
The most dangerous sexual act that you can engage in is receptive, unprotected anal sex.
Ever thought of why gay men are significantly more vulnerable and face higher health risks? Men who have sex with men have longer periods of partnership acquisition, a higher prevalence of partnership concurrency, and more age-dissociative mixing than heterosexuals. According to Gay Men's Health Charity,
5 reasons why gay men get more STIs. One of the main reasons for our domination in this field is that we're more likely than our hetero brethren to have lots and possibly lots more sexual partners.
Moving from gay men to lesbian women. According to the GLMA, lesbians are more likely to have risk factors for breast cancers, chronic stress, smoking and obesity, higher risk for certain types of gynecological cancers, more likely to be overweight or obese, use tobacco more often, heavy drinking and binge drinking are more common, use drugs more often. In a 2000 Australian study, we demonstrated a higher prevalence of BV, hepatitis C, and HIV risk behaviors in women who have sex with women compared with controls. Why are lesbians or bisexual women at higher risk of STIs or HIV infections than heterosexual women? 93% of women who have sex with women reported previous sexual contact with a man. The Australian study is consistent with a US CDC report in 2014. In a cohort of 511 women with a history of female-to-female sexual contact, 470, 92%, reported having sex with both men and women. Ever thought of why lesbian or bisexual women are significantly more vulnerable and face higher health risks? If a loved one came out as LGBT, would you be celebrating or be concerned? It doesn't matter who you click with. Is this true? Are homosexual and bisexual sexual activities really as healthy and natural as heterosexual conventional sex? In August 2020, Amazon banned a book titled The Health Hazards of Homosexuality, Amazon said the 600-page book was offensive. Why would such information be removed from the public eye? Should medical research on homosexuality be censored? The public should not be shocked and repelled by the premature exposure to homosexual behavior itself. The imagery of sex per se should be downplayed. Be single-minded. Talk about gay rights and leave it as that. What are your views on LGBT activists downplaying the health risks associated with homosexual behavior and focusing only on gay rights? Has this strategy of LGBT activism impacted Singaporean youth? Singaporeans more liberal towards homosexuality compared with 5 years ago. This could possibly be because of increased activism among millennials, especially when it comes to gay rights. Should there be more public discourses or education about the health risks of homosexual and bisexual behavior? Does the Singapore government have an obligation to implement policies that promote the health and well-being of its citizens?
Follow us on